So hello and welcome back to my channel. This is my transfer plan video for double game week 22 right up to blank game week 25. So Man United did win against Southampton in the against Nottingham Forest in the first leg 3 goals to nil, and Newcastle also won away against Southampton 1 goals to nil. So I think both of them will face each other in the EFL Cup match. So I think at in game week 25 it will be a blank for both of those teams, and also it will be a blank for the teams that they are facing. I think that's Brighton and maybe Brentford. I'm not sure. Check that out. And also we have I think almost a guaranteed double game week 22 for Manchester United if they win against Reading, which I think they definitely will, and if Leeds don't draw the match against Accrington, and I think it's basically a guaranteed double game week 22. So yeah, so if you take a look at my team, I already have 3 Man United players in my team, and in this 4 fixture run I think it's necessary to have triple Man United in game week 22, and in game week 25 you need to have at least 2 Arsenal and 2 Man City players. And if you have triple Arsenal and Man City, then that's good. If your team can manage that, if you have higher team value, you can definitely achieve that. So right now this is my team without making any changes. I have 2 free transfers and I think I have 4.5 million in my bank. So as you can see, I have tripled up on Man United and I have doubled up on Newcastle defense. So I need to transfer out at least 2 to 3 of them up till the blank game week 25. And also Man United will definitely have a double game week 22 as I said earlier. So I have only have Martinelli from Arsenal, which I need to bring in at least one Arsenal attacker, possibly two, and I have Holland and Mahrez from Man City. So I would be looking to bring in De Bruyne for that blank game week 25. So the players I'm looking at right now, the players I'm targeting are basically 2 or 3 Arsenal attackers in Saka, Odegaard, and Nketiah. I could only bring in 2 of them, and also De Bruyne from Man City. And I'm looking to transfer out Fernandes after game week 22 and possibly Shaw. So I will be sticking with Rashford, and there might be a case that I would transfer out Botman too. That depends on whether Patterson gets fit or not. So my plans for double game week 22 is I am definitely going to bring in Odegaard. So I think it will be for Andres Pereira. Then I could make a move where I could bring in Nketiah in place of Mitrovic, but that doesn't bode well for me because I don't have enough funds to bring in De Bruyne in place of Bruno Fernandes. I lack 0.6 million because my team value is not that good. If you have a higher team value and if you already have these assets and you want to bring in a triple Arsenal and triple Man City attack, I think you can do Nketiah, Mitrovic to Nketiah and Bruno Fernandes to De Bruyne in game week 23, but that's not good for me. I don't have enough bank balance. So right now I am thinking of going for Gnoto, who is priced at 5.0 million. I know his stats aren't that good. If you take a look at his fixtures, they have Nottingham Forest and Man United. That's a double game week, both away games. Then they have Man United at home. So I don't necessarily need him for that game. I can easily bench him, and that takes away my benching headache. So it's a good choice for me because I don't like good plays having on my bench, and that possibility of selecting a player from 2 good assets. So I prefer Noto right now. In game week 24 he has Everton, and in 25 he has Southampton. I think I'll bench him for Man United and Everton and play him for that Southampton game in blank game week 25. So if I take in Gunoto and Odegaard in my team in this game week, I still would have 4 million in my bank. So which means I have 3 Man United and 2 Arsenal assets and 2 Man City assets. I would bench Keane or Mahrez in this game week. Then in game week 23, I would have 1.3 million in my bank. Then I would have funds to bring in De Bruyne in this game week, or I would have funds to bring in Saka, whichever move I prefer at that moment. So right now I think I'm going to go for De Bruyne because Saka is scoring wonder goals and De Bruyne is a better attacker choice. I think Saka is scoring more goals, but attacking wise and ownership wise, I think De Bruyne is better. I think his XG is 0.25, his XA is 0.31, and I think against Aston Villa at home and Arsenal at away, I just fancy De Bruyne a little bit more than Saka. So Saka's SG is 0.36 and XA is 0.21, so near about similar to De Bruyne, but he isn't having that penalty box touches as much. He scored a wonder goal against Man United, and even though he's on pens, I don't think he's that much of a great choice, that much of a better choice than De Bruyne. But you need to keep in mind that he's priced at 8.2 million and De Bruyne is priced as a premium attacker. But if you're low for funds, you can definitely go for Saka. It is not a bad choice at all. So if I could have moved for Saka in place of Martinelli, but I just think that Martinelli has that better attacking threat. I know he's blanked in the last 3 game weeks, but I think he has a better attacking threat than Saka. He is seen more in the opposition penalty box. So I too will be sticking with Martinelli, and yeah, I will be going with 2 Arsenal assets and possibly 3 Man City assets, that is De Bruyne, Holland, and Mahrez. So that would leave me 1.3 million in my bank, Noto, Buono, and Patterson on my bench. So in game week 24, I would have one Newcastle defender, Shaw, and I would possibly play Buono, who will be coming up against Bournemouth against at home. So it will be a good fixture for Wolves to keep a clean sheet. And I have a star-studded midfield of these 5. So I will be possibly looking to roll my transfer in game week 22 with 24 with 1.3 million in my bank, and in game week 25, sorry, I would have a chance to triple transfer out Botman or Shaw. If Patterson doesn't get fit, I think I would keep Shaw. If Patterson does get fit, I think I'll transfer out Shaw too, because I need 3 defenders in that game. And I would bench Rashford, and I would have a midfield of De Bruyne, Martinelli, Odegaard, and Mahrez, and I would play Gnotto. So the one downside of this is I would have to stick with Ward because of my low team value throughout up till I use my wild card in whichever game week that would be. I think it would be in game week 32, I guess, or it's a blank game week 32, I'm not sure, but it would be around that time. So yeah, I would have to stick with Ward, but the rest of the plan looks really good, so I think this is it. So do let me know what you guys think of these transfers in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed watching this video, give a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. And also I'll be posting my teams and other content on my Instagram at FPL Football Fanatic. Do follow me there, and I'll see you in the next one. Good luck.